Hey guys, today we have Ritesh and he is having 3 years of experience in Java, Spring Boot, and microservices. So let's get started. Hey, hi Ritesh, how are you?
Hi, I'm fine. What about
Okay,
you?
yes, I'm also good. Shall we start?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, can you please introduce yourself and your recent project?
Yeah, like my name is Ritesh Kumar. I
Mm-hmm.
have completed my graduation in 2021 from Haldia Institute of Technology in
Okay.
Electronics and Communication Engineering.
Mm-hmm.
Then I joined Revercher. Like Revercher is a contractual based hiring
Mm-hmm.
platform. Like they hired me for Infosys, and
Mm-hmm.
after joining Revercher, I trained there for 6 months in
Mm-hmm.
Java and Angular technologies. Like that was a full stack development. After that, I
Okay.
cleared the interview with Infosys. So
Mm-hmm.
I directly joined with a client. Like I directly joined on a client project. So the client
Mm-hmm.
was Vanguard. Like Vanguard is an investment advisor for
Mm-hmm.
US. So we were changing their legacy mainframe code base to
Okay.
like Spring Boot and Angular. We are using uh, Spring Boot in backend, Angular in front end, and
Okay.
database we are using MySQL. Then
Okay.
the client satisfied with changes, we deploy them. We
Okay.
deploy the changes in AWS infrastructure.
Okay. So it was
Yeah.
based on microservices or monolithic?
It is based on microservices.
Microservices. So you guys were working on multiple microservices, or your team was working on a single microservice?
Yeah, there is a my team is working on single microservices, but there
Single
are
microservices.
yeah.
Okay, so you guys are using same database MySQL in all microservices, or it's not like that?
Yeah, same database in
Same
all
database.
for all services. Yes.
Do you know the benefits of using same database across all microservices?
We can use different weight database also, but
Uh-huh.
by using same database, I think uh,
Data consistency and all
yeah,
can be
data
smoother.
consist.
Yeah, but we should use different databases. It's more flexible and all. Okay.
Okay, okay. I'm
Can you
not
tell
aware of
me,
that.
uh, do you know the benefits of using microservices architecture over monolithic?
Yeah, yeah. I know. Like uh, when any services down, like the
Mm-hmm.
effect will not like rest services can work fine. We
Mm-hmm.
only need to fix the like the services where the bugs uh, created. So
Okay.
these are the benefits.
Okay.
And we
Okay.
can also use different languages for different services as
Mm.
per the requirements. DB also we can change.
Okay. Okay. So moving ahead, can you tell me the difference between a repository annotation and a service annotation?
Yeah, repository annotation like we used in like the class which access the database like
Mm-hmm.
package, and service we use in the like where we put our business logic.
Mm-hmm.
So Spring Boot gives some advantage for for MVC pattern, the
Mm-hmm.
controller service and repository. With these annotations, Spring gives some advantages over if we use simply at the rate
Mm-hmm.
component.
Okay. 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 So can we use repository annotation in the service file and service annotation in the repository files?
Uh, uh, I think we can use
Okay. Yes, we can use. Uh,
uh,
so yes, we can use because it's just naming convention and all.
yes,
It's
yes,
not like that. But yeah, it's a good practice if we use service annotation in the service file.
yeah.
So yeah, that is the case. Okay.
I think internally every thing is work like at that component.
Okay. Okay. So, as name suggests, component annotation we should use. Sorry, service annotation we should use in service files, whereas repository we should use in repository files. So, can you please tell me where a component annotation should be used in our project?
Yeah, like any external file, we need to, if we want to externally Spring Boot scan those classes, so
Mm-hmm.
there we can use @component
Okay. Uh, okay. We can use in helper classes. If
helper classes,
we can use
AWS,
in
like,
AWS util classes,
yeah,
other than service and repository, other than business and database, we can use component annotation. Okay.
yes, yes.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. So, Ritesh, before moving on to the next question, do you know that we have designed a complete interview preparation package structured step by step containing 16 PDFs? So it's
Yes, yes.
basically a one-stop solution to crack any interview. This package covers core Java, Spring Framework, Maven, Git, Spring Boot, scenario-based questions, Spring Security, Spring MVC, Spring Data JPM, microservices, Hibernate, general Java coding questions, Stream API coding questions, and many more. The best part is that people have been telling me that they cracked their interviews with this material, and there's a 99% chance that the interviewers will ask question from this package. So after this interview, I will share a link with you to get this, and also I will add in the description of this video. Okay. Okay, so yeah, moving ahead. Can you tell me what is Spring Security and how is it integrated into Spring Boot?
Yeah, Spring Security gives us like feature like authentication or
Mm-hmm.
authorization. So
Okay.
we can integrate in with the like the dependency we can add in form.xml.
Uh-huh. Okay. Okay.
This way we can
So,
add.
do you know about authentication and authorization? Like, what's the difference between authentication and authorization?
Yeah, I know like basic difference.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
know the difference.
yeah. Please go
Yeah,
ahead.
like yeah, authentication means like uh, you can say like we can log in anything any application with
Mm-hmm.
credentials with my
Okay.
credentials and password. And
Mm-hmm.
authorization means like admin has access to change something. Like suppose there is some application where
Mm-hmm.
the access of admin is like, suppose there is a database of school,
Mm-hmm.
so the HOD has access to change the teachers and
Mm-hmm.
students also, and teachers has access only to change
Mm-hmm.
student. So authorization works this way, like uh,
Okay.
everybody has like access of
Okay.
something.
Okay. Okay. Have you implemented security based on the roles, user roles, in the REST endpoints?
Actually, I didn't implement it.
Okay.
I have not
So your
did.
team was not part of implementing this security on all stuff. Is that what you
My
are saying?
team has a part, but I personally did not implement it.
Okay, okay. Maybe some other guy from your team
Yes.
implemented. Okay. But in future, if someone asks you to implement something related to security, so how would you deal that?
Like I will go through the first. I will go through the basics. I know, like first
Okay.
we can add in pom.xml file, then
Mm-hmm.
uh,
Okay.
something decrypt.
Okay, okay. So do you know about pre-authorized annotation?
No, I'm not actually sorry.
Okay, okay. Okay, so moving ahead, can you tell me what is the purpose of YAML in Spring Boot configuration?
Yeah, I think it's like the application.properties file,
Okay,
application.yaml and application.properties. We can use one of them for the
okay.
like the basic stuff like the changing the port or SQL connectivity
Mm-hmm.
or value, something external value we
Okay,
can give to the any classes. So this
okay,
for this thing, I think
okay.
we can use.
So, how should we choose between YAML and properties file? Like, which one will suit for us?
Uh, I think YAML have some advantage over
Properties file.
containerization.
Okay. Like, what type of advantages this YAML have?
For Docker things. Uh,
Okay. Okay, so I mean, readability is very good in YAML over properties file.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can say.
Okay. Okay. Uh, okay. So moving ahead, have you implemented JPA in your project
Yes,
or?
yes,
Okay.
yes.
Can you tell me what are the best practices for using JPA in Spring Boot application?
In the DAO interface, we can
Mm-hmm.
with the like suppose the student repository, so we can
Mm-hmm.
implement the JPA repository with the like uh, model class and the primary key like student comma either int or long. After that, we can use like find by ID something, find by
Okay.
name this way.
Okay. Okay. So, how does Spring Boot optimize JPA performance automatically?
How does the Spring Boot
Optimize
optimize?
JPA performance automatically.
Okay. Um, Internally, JDBC things work.
Okay.
So
Okay. So
all
basically, Spring Boot configures sensible defaults like connection pooling and batch processing in JPA and provides
okay,
integration with Hibernate for optimized queries and caching. So
okay,
that's thing. Okay, so
okay.
moving ahead, let's say you have a complex query that runs
Mhm.
slowly in your Spring Boot application. So how would you optimize it?
Yeah, we can write our custom queries
Okay,
with query annotations,
okay.
or like we can use something. There is something like uh, I think store procedure. There is something we can cache the
Mm-hmm.
queries. I'm not recalling. I'm not able to recall their name.
Enabling query caching. Yeah,
Yeah, enabling query cache.
this is one of the ways. There might have some other ways as well, like refactor the query to avoid n+1 select problems. We can
Yeah,
use indexing where
indexing we can
applicable,
use. Yeah.
and we can consider native queries for complex scenarios. Okay, so these are some
Okay.
ways through which we can optimize our query. Either it is custom or ready-made. Okay,
Okay.
so can you tell me what are Spring Boot dev tools?
Spring Boot dev tools
Mm-hmm.
for like Spring Boot web.
Have you worked with dev tools?
Yeah, for the REST API things, we need to add the
Okay.
dependencies in Spring Boot dev tools. Like for it helps in REST APIs and any application and like
No, no, no. Dev tools means I mean what I wanted to ask is it's like a uh
dependency management. Like
no, no, no.
uh,
It enhances the development experience like by providing features like automatic restarts. So that's
okay, yeah,
yeah, that's what I just wanted to ask. Do you know about this?
yes, yes,
Yeah, yeah, please go ahead.
I know. Like it helps in automatically start the application.
Hmm. Live reload and developer friendly.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so what should be considered when using Spring Dev tool?
What should we configure? Like
Considered what are some precautions that we should take while using Spring Boot Dev tools? Or did you
actually,
get it? Okay.
I'm not
So
aware of it.
basically, DevTools should generally be disabled in production due to its nature of exposing sensitive configuration and performance overhead due to frequent restarts. So that's why we should avoid DevTools in production environment.
Okay, yeah. But
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Name itself suggests it's DevTools for
dev
developer or
tools,
for developers only. So we should avoid this in production.
products.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, okay. So moving ahead, can you tell me how Spring Boot supports data validation? Uh, there are few annotations that helps us in validating data in Spring Boot. Do you know?
At the rate, no, null, not null, this thing.
Yes, this is one of the annotation like at the rate
At the rate,
validated. Yeah, can you please tell me about these annotations?
yeah, these annotations helps in like in any class if there is a data, so we can validate data directly through these annotations.
Mm-hmm.
Like basic stuffs we can do with these annotations.
Okay. Okay. Can we use custom validators in Spring Boot? And yeah, tell me.
I think we can use like we need to we need to like the application.properties file first we need to
Okay. So do we need to implement something while creating some custom validators?
uh, I'm not aware of that.
Okay. Do you know about constraint validator?
No.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, moving ahead. Can you tell me what role does Spring Boot play in simplifying API development? Like how Spring Boot makes APIs development easy or simplify these things.
Yeah, like uh, we can say with helps of like a Spring Boot gives us embedded server and
Mm-hmm.
also we don't use to write so many XML configuration.
Mm-hmm.
We only need to configure the like at the rate repository service these things.
Mm-hmm. And wide array of HTTP request handling
Yeah,
and data
but
serialize options as well, and some security setups also that Spring Boot provides. Okay.
yes.
Okay. So do you know about REST API versioning?
No, I'm not aware of it
Okay.
actually.
So let's say you are working on some API that is V1. So have you ever upgraded any API to V2 or another version?
No, I didn't do these
Okay.
things.
Okay. Yeah. So
I'm
basically
not.
that's a mm, API versioning. We
Okay.
just enhance something, we just enhance security, and we just maintain the versions.
I will go through it.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So how do you handle exceptions in your recent project?
Yeah, we can handle exceptions. Like first we need to like there are two way to handle exception. First
Mm-hmm.
in the same class with exception handler
Okay.
annotations, we
Okay.
need to use response entity like it's a wrapper class around the return object. So
Mm-hmm.
if anything goes bad, like we can return http dot not found or http dot bad request and
Mm-hmm.
another way, global exceptions we can handle through the same things we
Mm-hmm.
have to write there, but there is a annotations. I think uh, something advice, something controller advice.
Mm-hmm.
This way we
Okay.
can handle exception.
Okay. Have you ever created custom exception handling?
Yeah, yeah, I created customs.
Can you tell me other steps
First,
how?
we need to create error class like for
Mm-hmm.
error things, and then we need to create a exception class.
Mm-hmm.
After that, we can in the at the rate with annotations of at the rate exception handler, we
Mm-hmm.
can like give them we can like throw the custom exception with help of my error class.
Mm. Okay. 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 So nice. Moving ahead. Mm, can you tell me the difference between JDK, JRE, and JVM?
Yeah, JDK is Java Development Kit. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's simply I think it's changes the code we wrote, the code which we written in JDK changes that to machine language like.
Mm-hmm.
And JRE, I think Java runtime machine,
Mm-hmm.
it's consist like JDK and JVM.
Okay.
And JVM is Java Virtual Machine. Like uh, it has some libraries and
So can
something
you
in it.
repeat what you were saying? JDK is what are you saying?
I think I missed it. Like JDK, Java Development Kit,
Git
Java Runtime, JRE is Java Runtime
runtime
Environment,
environment,
and
Java
JVM is
virtual.
Java Virtual Machine.
Okay. So JDK is kit that includes JRE.
JRE and JVM.
Uh, no, JRE contains JVM. Yeah,
Okay.
indirectly it contains both. Yeah, anyways, okay, so do you know how do JVM optimizations affect the performance of Java applications?
No,
What
I'm
are
not aware of.
okay? So basically, internally JVM uses different type of optimization, such as just-in-time compilation. You must heard about
Okay, Zit. Yeah,
yeah, garbage collection strategies like
yeah,
freeing up memory and all this stuff, and some so these are some ways JVM uses to optimize the application. Okay. Can you
okay.
explain the concept of object-oriented programming? Like, what is the history of this object-oriented programming concept, and why do we need this and all this stuff?
Yeah, object oriented, like it's based on real world use
Mm-hmm.
cases. Like we can create class and uh,
Okay.
we can create object. Like object is the blueprint of class.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's different of like procedural programming languages. Like
Mm-hmm.
their object, we can like we can say like uh, the object can do the work.
Mm-hmm.
So this way, like there are four pillars of OOPS.
Okay. So let's say you need to design a system where
Okay,
animals behave differently according to their type.
okay,
So how
okay,
would you utilize polymorphism to achieve this?
okay. Can you please come again? Like,
Okay, you need to design a system where animals
mhm,
behave differently according to their type.
okay,
How would you utilize polymorphism to achieve this?
okay. The animal class build the
Mm-hmm.
parent class.
Mm-hmm.
After that, we have to like take care of solid principles also. So first,
Mm-hmm.
animal will be the parent class. After that,
Mm-hmm.
uh, we can explain their parent class property, like the basic property which all
Mm-hmm.
animals will have. After
Mm-hmm.
that, we can create the child class, like child class of animal. Like uh, uh,
Dog.
suppose there is yes, dog, cat, and
Mm-hmm.
through interface we can inject their properties. Like the
Mm-hmm.
common properties will be in the parent class, and suppose there is a animal bird and there is an animal which can fly and there is an animal which can run, so we can
Mm-hmm.
use interface there.
Mm-hmm. Correct, correct. Okay, so yes, moving ahead, do you know the differences between checked and unchecked exceptions, and
Yeah,
why does Java use both?
yeah. Checked exception is like SQL not found exception, IO exception,
Okay,
uh, class not found exception. These are the checked exception.
okay.
And unchecked exception is like null, array out of index, which can occur like at the time of runtime, like sorry, at
Mm-hmm.
the time of runtime, like at the which can occur due to developer like uh,
Mm-hmm.
mistake, you can say, like array out of index, yeah, or divided by zero, it called something there.
Mm-hmm.
So these all are like unchecked exception. Checked
Okay.
exception we need to cover with try catch block.
Okay. So let's say you are designing a file handling module. So how would you
Okay.
decide which exceptions to check and which to leave unchecked?
So first, how can I decide? So
Yes, yes.
with the help of my you can say requirements, I can decide like
Mm-hmm.
if file not found, it will the unchecked exception. Already, this is already in in
Mm-hmm.
exception class.
Mm-hmm.
Or if anyone try to access the file which was not not there out of the things, so we can
Mm-hmm.
handle this with checked custom exception class.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. So moving ahead, can you tell me what is garbage collection?
Yeah, Java uh, automatically cleans the unused memory in
Mm-hmm.
the program. So this with the Java does this all with help of garbage collector. Internally, it uses
Mm-hmm.
some marks and sweep algorithm.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. And what are the different types of garbage collectors we have?
Uh, I'm not able to recall actually. I forgot.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. No issues. So there are multiple types of garbage collector like serial, parallel, G1, Z1, concurrent, mark, sweep. Okay. Okay. So do you know about
Yes.
stack and heap memory? Like what are their differences in terms of garbage collection?
Yeah, I know. I think in heap memory,
Mm-hmm.
the data were the data in the class were created,
Mm-hmm.
and in the stack, the classes and the object were created.
Okay. Okay. So let's say you are noticing out of memory errors in your application logs. So how would you analyze and address this issue?
Out of memory.
Mm-hmm.
So we can check whether any array is used and any object is used and uh, occupy the memory and it has no use. Like we can check this way anything return which is returned and unused and or
Mm-hmm.
static any static variable be defined. So static variable is I think garbage collector did not clear that thing. Static is when we
Mm-hmm.
use static things with class or data. So we can check this way
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. So let's say you have a multi-threaded application where threads are experiencing high contention. So how
okay.
would you optimize synchronization?
Threads are what threads are experiencing?
High contention.
Okay, so synchronization with help of synchronized classes, or we can I think
Synchronized
we can use
blocks.
synchronized blocks. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Fine grained
mutex lock we
logs.
can use,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
semaphore we can use.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
we can or internal inter-thread communication also we can use. This way we can
Mm.
optimize the thread.
Mm. Yes, yes. Correct, correct. Okay. So moving ahead, mm, can 1 second. So can you tell me the uh, major roles of interfaces?
Yeah, uh, major role of interfaces we can define any like uh, uh, any method in interface. So interface like a contract. So class will have to give the implementation of the interface method. So the
Mm-hmm.
use of interface is we can achieve loose coupling. You can say we don't
Mm-hmm.
need to hard code something. Like suppose there is a bird class
Mm-hmm.
Suppose there is a bird which can run, which can run, and there is a bird, two type of bird which can't be run. So
Mm-hmm.
we no need to use like if else block if bird is
Mm-hmm.
this class with this class run. So there we can use interface,
Mm-hmm.
and in designing interface helps in many way. Like in behavioral design, there is a I think strategy. There we can use
Mm-hmm.
interface also.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah.
So this way we can use interface in our
Okay.
application.
Okay. Okay. So how do default methods in interfaces affect the design and evaluation of Java applications?
Yeah, I think after Java there is a default method thing in interface.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So uh, I think if any interface consists default method, so
Mm-hmm.
a default method is already like written, pre-written, na?
Mm-hmm.
So we can use that default method
Okay. Yeah,
in
it
any
helps
class.
in many ways, like allowing developers to add new methods to interfaces without breaking the existing implementations,
Yeah,
and evolving the interfaces in backward compatible, or like providing some enhance of application. So yeah, can use the default methods. Okay, so have you worked with Java streams?
yeah, I work with Java streams.
So why this Java streams came in Java 8?
Yeah, it's like functional programming. Like we no need to write so many lines of code. With help
Mm-hmm.
of Stream API, we can do operations of collections
Mm-hmm.
in like in a functional way. Like we can call the two three methods. Like we can stream the
Can you
operations
tell
with
me
help
two,
of.
three methods name of this Java stream?
Yeah, there is a terminal, some terminal and like intermediate method. So intermediate method is like filter, map, and
Mm-hmm.
sort is I'm not aware. Filter, map,
Mm-hmm.
and in terminal is like collect to list, or
Mm-hmm.
like the last we used to collect
Mm-hmm.
in our answers. Terminal operation. Those are called terminal operation.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And which one is
Collect, reduce.
good as per
Yeah,
of the performances? Streams or traditional loops?
yeah. Stream is good actually.
Okay.
Like both are, it depends on the use cases, I think. So,
Okay, so tell me for two use cases. One is small data
okay,
set and second is large data set. And the answer is
okay,
different
so,
for both of the cases. Let me tell you before
okay,
you
I
answer.
think there is something Burke and the like ratio, like Burke and the operation ratio. So, if one thing is bigger, we can use like W and N. So,
Mm-hmm.
Burke and the operations, like number of operations, if only one is bigger, like either Burke or operation, so we can use
Mm-hmm.
the stream. Or we can use if both are bigger, so if we use a stream it will take more
Mm-hmm.
costly, it will more costly for us.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So basically, basically in short, for small data sets, we should use traditional loops, and for large data
Yeah,
sets, we should use stream.
yes,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. So, do you know about class loader?
I hear about that. I'm not able to recall actually class level.
Okay, okay. So basically, class loader is a part of Java runtime environment that dynamically loads Java classes into the JVM, and it is responsible for finding and loading the class files at runtime when they are needed, not at compile time. Okay.
Okay, okay, got it.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. So can a final class be extended in any way in Java?
uh, I think final class are not extendable.
Okay. Okay. So you need to design a class in such a way that it should not be extended, nor should its core methods be overridden. So how would you do this by using final keyword?
Can you please repeat again? I'm
You
not
need
able
to
to.
design a class in such way that it should
Mhm.
not be extended, nor should it core methods be overridden. So how would you do this by using final keyword?
I think with help of final keyword in class, and
Hmm.
I think in the data also, data variable, I can also use the final keyword.
Okay.
This way we
Okay.
can
So
do.
let's say, okay, yeah, got it. So moving ahead. So let's say you're designing a utility class that provides
Okay.
configuration settings across the application. Okay.
Mm.
So how would you use, uh, I mean, what would you use to ensure efficient access and management?
If it is going to use in all over application,
Uh,
so we no need to create object every time. We can simply use static.
Static.
With help of static, we
So
can create.
how does a static keyword affect memory management?
Yeah, like I think if static object initialized once, it can't be like
Hmm.
clear by garbage collector. I'm not sure.
Okay. So yeah, static variables are allocated in heap and shared among all the
Yes.
instances of the class. So they are not collected until the class is unloaded, which typically
Okay.
happens when the Java virtual machine shuts down and affect the memory usage and management. So yeah.
Okay, got it. Yes.
Okay. So mm, can a class in Java be without any method or fields?
Without any method or yeah,
Okay. In all Java versions?
I'm not sure actually.
Okay. So do you know about singleton class?
Yeah, I know about singleton.
Yeah, can you please go ahead?
Yeah, singleton is like we can only create one instance of that class.
Mm-hmm.
So if there is a need in application to create only one instance of that class, like uh, usually we use that in DB class. Like we no want to create
Mm-hmm.
separate DB instance for all the class. So there we can use singleton, or
Mm-hmm.
for that, like for singleton class code.
Mm-hmm.
I think I have to first create the constructor with private so that
Mm-hmm.
we cannot initialize that constructor in any other class. After that,
Mm-hmm.
we only need to like uh, describe the like instance. After that,
Mm-hmm.
in the method, we can check if instance is null. We can create the
Mm-hmm.
instance and we return the same instance
Okay.
in the getter method.
Okay. So are these thread safe?
Uh, these are not thread safe. We need to make it thread safe. Like we have to use synchronize. We have to synchronize the
Synchronize the
this
method
thing.
that creates
Yeah.
the instance or
Yes.
okay. Okay. So can we use a private constructor?
Yeah. We can use a private constructor
Okay.
in singleton.
In singleton. Yeah, yeah. So can constructor
Yeah.
be overloaded?
Yeah. Constructor can be overloaded.
Yeah, constructor can be overloaded.